Welcome to the All Jammed Up podcast, presented to you by Music Never Stopped. Today is Thursday, August 7th, and today on the podcast we have Lorrie from Drifter Merch.
What are you doing, podcast for Lot?
Yeah.
Come be on a Lot podcast.
Yeah, hell yeah, All Jammed Up.
This dude's doing a podcast. If you want to be on some podcast, come give an interview.
Hell yeah.
All
Good morning, fools, and welcome to the All Jammed Up podcast. I am your host, Clint Dotson, and today on the podcast we have Lorrie Griggs. She is been a fan of jam bands for a while. She started her own company, Drifter Merch, and she has her own festival in Charleston this summer called Drifter Fest in honor of her late husband, Bert. I think it's a really cool episode. You know, she kind of gives us some history of all of her projects, and we kind of get insight into some of the older shows that she got into, and I think it's a great time. And we have maybe the best Chloe's Corner ever on the back end today. Chloe and I had a great little session recapping what we saw from GD60, get into a few different things, and I think it's a really great episode all in all today. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. Miss Lorrie Griggs.
Hey, it's happening! Everybody stay calm!
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
All right, guys, we are here with Lorrie Griggs. How are you doing today, Lorrie?
Hey, what's going on?
Not too much. How was your, what was the event you had this weekend?
I went to 3 nights of fish.
Yeah, how was that?
It was great. It was here in Charleston. They were all kind of on fire.
Go ahead.
The shows were incredible for sure.
I had a couple friends who went, and they said that it was really, really good. You know, I haven't seen Fish yet.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I've been seeing them since the '90s.
Okay, cool. So I guess before we get too into it, just for the people who don't know who you are, just kind of introduce yourself, tell them what you do.
All right, I'm Lorrie Griggs. I live in Charleston, and I own a company in the jam scene, I guess, called Drifter Merch. That's kind of how a lot of people that probably listen to your podcast know what we do. We sell music-inspired goods. We do bands, all kinds of bands, not just one or the other. We do Widespread Panic. We just did Fish this weekend. We do Billy Strings, Goose. Other designs that we have are from Grateful Dead, Allman Brothers, Warren Zevon, Tom Petty, Willie Nelson. Just have a bunch of different stuff. I'm just your typical lot vendor.
Okay, perfect. And we'll get into like how that started and all that. But I want to go like even way before. You said you've been seeing Fish since the 90s. What kind of what got you into like the jam scene, and who were you listening to first that kind of like introduced you to it all?
Okay, so I'm going to go on back to high school. It was my brother. He was like into the Led Zeppelin, Rush type of stuff. I mean, it's kind of surprising. I've seen a ton of Rush shows. In high school, we went and saw Rush all the time, and then into college as well. People kind of find that hard to believe. But that was kind of the first bands I was into. And then my college boyfriend was really into the Allman Brothers. So, I was at Alabama in the 90s. So it was when they were, around the South and everything, we got to see a lot of shows. So that was kind of cool. And he was from Georgia, so he was like, we got to see the Allman Brothers. And then this little band called Widespread Panic came through while I was in college. And that first show was the one that really hooked me. And Panic's my main jam right now, but I get into other bands as well, and enjoy going to see pretty much any kind of music. We're actually going to see Jason Isbell this weekend. I live in Charleston, and Charleston's been getting some really good music lately.
Yeah, I was just there last month or so for Widespread.
Oh yeah, good times.
Yeah.
I saw your podcast on the Lot interview. That was actually my event at New Realm Brewing.
Oh, really?
We put on that event because there's never a shakedown allowed on Daniel Island. So we hooked up with the brewery, and they had that awesome grass area. And we were like, if we build it, they will come. And they were super cool and let us set up about 35 vendors, a food truck, and had some local bands play and had a great time.
Yeah, well, thank you for doing that, because if not, I would have had nowhere to do my Lot podcast, and people love those.
I know. They sound cool.
So it's funny that you for the people who listen to the podcast, whenever I talk about Widespread, or like people ask me what Widespread is like, I say it's SEC rock and roll. So I think it's perfect that you went to Alabama and that was who kind of got you hooked.
I mean, you're exactly right. I mean, that's the kind of thing that came through. We were into Indecision in college, and a lot of people may not have heard of that band, but they were like actually one of the first kind of jammy bands on the scene, and like Panic and Fish opened up for them. And now they all have real jobs now and don't play music, but they play a couple times a year. And it's funny because they are like, yeah, we should just we were with those guys way back and everything. It's just kind of interesting how things evolve and how bands come out and everything happens. But yeah, living in the South, I lived in Atlanta before Charleston, and that's where I really got to see tons of music after college and stuff. That's the first place I saw Fish, at Lakewood Amphitheater.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when did you, like, what year did you first see Widespread Panic?
In 91.
Okay. Wow. That is pretty cool. So were you at the Panic at the Streets?
Okay. That's the one I missed.
Oh, come on.
Yes. It was a wedding weekend. Yeah. Like that was, one I wanted to go. I was definitely at the Horde Festival up there in Athens back in the day, though.
That's funny that you missed it because of a wedding, because I'm missing the 3-day run here in Asheville for a wedding as well. So
I know, we were going to hook up at Asheville.
it's just the way it goes sometimes. These guys, they always want to put me in their weddings when there's good music going on.
I mean, it's just like that. It's either a football game or something, or a concert going on when you're planning a wedding.
Yeah, I'm at the age, too, where, like, all my friends are getting married, and I think I got, like, after this summer, maybe 2 left, so I'm almost, and then it's my turn, so then I'm out of the weeds with that.
And then it'll turn into the babies.
Yeah, we don't need to get into all that right now. So seeing Widespread all the time, Fish, were you ever into like Grateful Dead? Did you ever get to see Jerry back in those days?
I saw Jerry for sure, like
Okay.
one time. But the Dead was awesome, and I've done some vending at Dead and Company and stuff, and it's just kind of different for me because I did see the Dead several times in actuality, and it just to me, when I go see him now, all I hear is John Mayer. And I mean, I know his music, so it's like I hear him singing, and it's so different, in my opinion. I mean, the lot scene's cool. One thing I haven't done is gone out with the Sphere, and if Fish goes out again, I'm not missing it. But I just, I didn't make it out for the Dead. Weekends never worked. I wanted to vend out there and everything. But so that's like, the granddaddy of the jam band scene for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so are you like, you said all you hear is John Mayer. Does that mean you're like pro John Mayer in Dead and Co? Or you're like, I wish he just would have stuck to his thing?
Well, no, it's just I sort of know his voice and I know his music. And I mean, before jam, I do listen to other music as well. And so,
Yeah.
I mean, I know his songs, like, I think it's called Wonderland. I don't know
Your
what
body,
it's called.
yeah.
Yeah, like whatever it is. And that's when he starts singing, that's what I think of. And that kind of thing. But that being said, like my friends that are old school Deadheads, I mean, he's an amazing guitarist. And my friends that are old school Deadheads who had never heard of him when he started playing with the Dead were like, he's incredible. And so he's an incredible musician. I just think he has a recognizable voice, in my opinion, because I know his music a little bit.
Yeah, I grew up, I knew who John Mayer was before I knew who the Grateful Dead were. Because when I was like 7, 8 years old, my mom had like Room for Squares and No Such Thing, all those albums always playing in the car. So for me, I was like, oh, nice. Maybe I can get my mom to listen to the Dead now that John Mayer's in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's totally cool.
So you did this whole jam thing in college, and then you ended up at CNN?
Yeah, so my major was television film, and I wanted to go into TV or film, and I got a job at CNN straight out of college. So I worked in news production. I mean, a lot of people don't know this. This is so long ago. I worked in news production, so I was working in the control room doing live broadcast. And I mean, I pretty much got to see the world unfold for many years. I don't watch the news really that much now, and when I do, I'm watching what's going on. So like, when you see all the like fonts and graphics and animations on the screen, like I was like one of the ones putting it on there, and I was back in the olden days. We were typing all the words on the screen, and then it got automated and everything, and it became a lot easier. But not to get too technical. But the great thing about CNN was that we worked a lot of weird hours and holidays, so I got a lot of vacation. And when I started at CNN, I had 4 weeks of vacation. When I left CNN 15 years later, I had 8 weeks of vacation. So I was always getting to go see music.
8 weeks? That's crazy.
Yeah. It was crazy. And I never took it in weeks. I always took it in like long weekends and went to a lot of shows and that kind of thing. Okay. And this was way before I was vending or anything.
Yeah, with 8 weeks of vacation, you could take like 3-day weekends like half the year, I feel like.
Yeah. it was pretty cool. But I mean, I'd have to work Christmas, Thanksgiving, a lot of different weird holidays that you want to be with your family.
And then you went from there to a different advertising, and then is when you started the Drifter merch, correct?
Well, so while I was working for CNN, I had a lot of, time off as we mentioned. And I also worked kind of, if I was working nights, I was off during the day. So I started freelancing for an advertising company, and then didn't like the way they ran their company. So I started my own advertising and marketing company. And then I delved into PR, and then social media came on the spectrum. And so I've had a marketing and PR company for 25 years. And that was way before Drifter Merch. Drifter Merch started in 2016. And that was just sort of on a fluke. I was cleaning out my then boyfriend's drawers one day. I was like, I couldn't get it shut. He had so many t-shirts, and I was like pulling them out, and he was like, oh, I made these for a show. Oh, I made those for a show. And I was like, what? And he's like, my buddy's a printer. We always make shirts for our friends to go to the shows. He wasn't selling them or anything. And it was just kind of for fun. And that's honestly how the whole business started. So I was like, these are super cool. Like, my marketing mind was going, and I was like, you should start a website. So we did. We started with 3 designs, and now we have about 60.
Okay. And that was the kind of like the birth of Drifter Merch, was just that?
It really was. We were living in Jackson Hole at the time, and it wasn't really the best market for it. And, we just started with the 3 designs, and then we're kind of like coming up with new ideas, and we didn't know what we were doing. We were just sort of like figuring it out like anyone does when they're doing a business. And this was never meant to be a business. This was meant to be fun on the side. Maybe we'll go to some shows and pull out a table and sell some things in the parking lot. And so, we didn't sell that much when we were in Jackson Hole. And then we ended up coming back home and moving back to Charleston. And then there were just so many more opportunities. There were a lot of markets. There were a lot of vending things. There were a lot of music around here. So we could kind of set up our stuff at these little local events and stuff and kind of see what people thought. And, a lot of people gave us ideas.
Yeah. Was there obviously you saw the business side opportunity for it, but was there any other motivating things that you were like, I think this would be a really good idea for me to be doing?
No, it was never something that was meant for me to be doing.
Okay.
But what it did turn into at the time was my husband and I, we ended up getting married when we were out in Jackson Hole before we came home and everything. And it ended up being, turning into his full-time job. I kept my advertising business. He turned this into his full-time job. And I was obviously integrated into it. We were doing it all together, but he was going out. I mean, he was coming up with all the ideas, and he has had the great ideas, and he has since passed away, which unfortunately, I'm not as fluid as coming up with the ideas as he was, but I'm working on it. And so it became his full-time job. And then when we were vending these events, people were like, I have a business. Could you do some shirts for my business? And he was like, sure. And then so that kind of spawned into us doing custom orders. So we do custom, when we're not touring, when we're not selling on the road, we are doing custom orders. That is like Monday through Friday of bands, businesses, festivals, events. We do screen printing, embroidery. We do custom tents. We do tablecloths, event signage. You might have saw the Moontime Market flag at New Realm. That was the type of thing that, that's stuff we sell. So it turned into like, several aspects of an actual business.
Yeah, and first of all, sorry for your loss, but like when that happened, how did that change like the dynamic of everything? Like you just have so much more on your plate.
Oh, everything changed. Completely. And it's still, evolving. Like we're not releasing as many designs as we used to. I mean, I'm trying to, but I'm still running two businesses. Oh, and we had a child too in the middle of everything at that point. And my daughter was 2 when he passed away. And he passed away 3 months before the pandemic. So there was a lot of moving parts and changing parts and reevaluating. But when he did pass away, there was never a question if I would continue the business because I knew all aspects of it. It was just I had to learn more of what he was doing. He was doing the more designing, producing, working with our printer. We have a printing partner who's one of his good friends, and he like literally has helped us figure out how to do everything we didn't know how to do. And so I've worked with them, and they've helped carry his end of what he was doing with them on with that. And then I still do the custom and everything, but he was the salesman that went out and like I'd hear of a lead and I'd be like, these guys need t-shirts, call them, and he'd go close it. I'm over here, and I will do it. I do sales. It's not a big deal. But I will say he was so much better at the going out and doing just completely sales because that was his main focus during the week. I have another business. I've actually since, this is kind of interesting of the whole thing of you're saying of, the flow and everything of how things changes. I have since cut my advertising business in half in the last couple of years because the Drifter merch stuff is so much more fun and I enjoy doing it. And I got burnt out with the marketing, and I've kept, a handful of clients that I love working with. But I really enjoy like going to the shows and, doing the whole grunt of it. It takes a week to pack up. I mean, I'll tell you a crazy thing that happened like this weekend at Fish. We had some horrible thunderstorms in the lot. And, being local, I was like, oh, it's just an afternoon storm. The radar didn't look that bad and everything. Oh, yeah. Oh, it ended up being a huge storm. I mean, like probably the worst one we've had when we've been bending. Every single piece of merchandise got wet or damp or, and everyone's like, could you just go to the laundromat and dry it off? And it was like, oh my gosh, it was a mess. But I mean, some of it was just damp. I mean, we were trying to put our walls up. We were trying to get everything up, but anything, it was just water. So we only 7 items actually got ruined. We were able to dry everything else out. I did have restock ready at home, and I ended up the next day taking a bunch of other designs that weren't fish related, got everything in the dryer, and had a lot of it spread out on the garage with the air conditioning going, the dehumidifiers, and everything. But you never know what's going to happen.
What kind of merch? I'm sure shirts, but like, what else are you guys doing that you're selling a lot?
So our main focus are t-shirts, but we also sell tank tops in almost every design. And that's something that's a little different because a lot of people don't sell ladies tanks in the lot. Some people sell some t-shirts and that kind of thing, but we pretty much have t-shirts and tanks in every design. Hats are a big specialty. We do flags, and that's really our basis. I mean, we have other things. I mean, we do stickers, koozies, patches. We sell some other things that we pick up along the way. I do some beanies, and I do buy from other vendors too and sell. But what we found out is every time we pick up other people's stuff and try to do other things, what really works is what we sell and our product. And it's just easier with display and actually carrying it, selling it, everything.
And do you guys have like an online presence for stuff, or is it just strictly on lot sales?
Oh no, you're talking to a marketing guru. Of course, we
Okay.
have we had a website from the beginning, and it
Okay,
keeps
there you go.
growing. Yeah,
Well,
yeah, it
a
keeps
lot of these
growing.
lot vendors are like you get the shirts on lot when they run out, they run out. That's the only time you can get them.
Oh, absolutely. And that's fine if that's your focus of your business, but we really have several aspects of the business. We have the online business, we sell on Amazon as well.
Okay.
So that's sort of another little income stream, and they're basically a facilitator of our designs. And what a lot of people don't know is like if you like my design and you don't like the color of the shirt I have it in, you can go on Amazon if it's on there and pick. They have a variety. You can pick from 15 colors. You can pick a tank top, t-shirt, hoodie, v-neck, whatever you want, and they'll print it. And it's just a little bit of a different thing. It's a different type of printing. A lot of people have complained that the print doesn't last as long as what we use is screen printing ink, not to get too technical. But Amazon does fulfill, our designs, and we're also on Etsy. But Etsy I just use as a marketing tool. I have about 10 items on there. A lot because so many people look for, shirts on Etsy. But I just, they take too much money out, and I don't like the way it's kind of set up. It's keeping two inventories. It's
Yeah,
kind
I
of
heard that.
a pain. And then, like I said, we do the custom. So there's several aspects of our business. But yeah, our website is driftermerch.com. Can't be any easier.
Okay.
And
Cool.
has, just has a lot of information and basically anything you want to know.
Yeah,
A
and then
little bit.
you guys do a Drifter Fest too as well, right?
Yes. So when my husband passed away, I wanted to do something, to remember him. I mean, he was a music guy. I mean, it's just amazing. He was 11 years younger than me, and it was just amazing how much we crossed over and didn't know each other. Like
Yeah.
he had posters, and I was like, I was at that show. I mean, you see all these posters behind me. Like a lot of those are his. I mean, most of these are his. And when we were looking for a new house when he passed away, and he said, all I want in my new house is to be able to put up all my posters, because his office was like this in our old house. And so I've got him in this office down the staircase, and then there's another floor on the ground floor that is full of posters. This a playroom office. But back to Drifter Fest. Sorry. Yes, I started the music festival in his honor. It's called Drifter Fest, Burt Griggs Memorial Jam. And it started out the first year, I put it on 3 months after he passed away. And, it was a healing technique for me. And it made, everyone was hurting, and I wanted to do something to feel good. And all his friends were in bands, and we had 5 local bands play at the Poorhouse, which is one of the
Yeah.
most popular music venues in town. And they set it up for us, and let us have this party, and it was just it just made everyone feel so good. And what made me feel so good is everybody remembered him, and that's why I wanted to continue it every year. And we moved it to a amphitheater called the Refinery the next year, and every year it's had great artists. We've had George Porter, Carl Denson. We've had Tisha Mingo play. And this year we have Big Something as our headliner, with Kanika Moore and her band
Nice.
opening up for them. And then I kind of make it like a wedding weekend. When people come in town to Charleston, it's always fun. So we do a pre-jam on Friday night, and we're doing post-jam on Sunday. And we have Machine Funk on Friday night at Home Team Barbecue here in town, which is a popular
Nice. I
joint.
love that place.
Yeah, oh yeah. And then Junko Partners playing on Shem Creek Vickeries on Sunday. So it's just, a wonderful way to get all of our friends together. But it's, it started out just for friends, but now it's like all these new people are like, I never knew him. Or they'll say, I met him in the lot once. He was the nicest guy, and I love hearing those stories. And so it just keeps his memory alive. When people pass away, people often forget about people. And I just didn't want that to happen.
Yeah. And what's kind of like, so I'm putting on my own event this weekend, and there's 4 bands at a brewery, pretty straight and to the point. What does your event kind of look like as far as like layout of a day? Is it hard to be a band?
Well, it's just a night event. It starts like doors are at 5. It starts at 6, and then we usually have 2 to 3 bands play, and we have Robert Corbett, who's a one-man band in Just Groove as our in-between. He starts off the show and he does in between the bands, and he's all funky and he plays his big guitar. He's got loops going, and he's a big Panic guy that I met 20 years ago at Panic in Los Angeles, and he lives here and does a great job, and just kind of gets the crowd going. We usually have about 10 vendors as well, and it's vendors kind of in varied industries, so it's not we have one kind of category for each vendor, since we don't have room as much for that many vendors. And then it's just at this really cool place that's like an outdoor amphitheater. It has an overlook, and that's just it. It's just all music.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what is it? This is the 5th one this year?
Mm-hmm. This is the 5th annual.
What's like a memory or something that has happened in one of the previous ones that like really sticks out to you, or like really made you like, this is why I do this?
Well, I'm gonna have to say what it does for his parents and his family. We both have a lot of family that come, but his dad was actually recently in the hospital, and like the thing she said was, but we're going to be there. He's going to be well in time for Drifter Fest. We're going to be there. And it's like one of the things they look forward to in most, in a year. So it's just things like that. And also it's just meeting all the people that knew him that I never had met, that stopped by, that come.
Yeah.
So that's super
awesome.
cool.
Good for you for doing that. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
I also know you do the Moonshine Markets, right? Can you kind of tell us some of what that is?
Yeah, the Moontown Markets.
Sorry.
Yes, and the next one's coming up in Asheville, and I hate you're not going to be there. So basically, Ashley Lieb of Honey Creek Pottery up your way hit me up because she saw what I was doing and thought I'd be a good partner to do this type of market. It's basically a pre-party for the Widespread Panic concerts, and we do them all over the country. We've done them in St. Louis to Atlantic City, but mostly we do them in the South because we both are in the South and it's easy to organize. And we have like a vendor list of like 250 vendors who flip in and out with us. The one you came to in Charleston, there were 25 vendors. The one coming up in Asheville, we have 40 vendors. And basically it's just, it's kind of a shopping event. Like she sells pottery, so she can't really do lot because people don't want to carry her pottery into the show. Breakable things, but her pottery is all music inspired, so it's like really cool stuff that dives into the scene and everything. And her idea was to have everyone different. Like she initially wanted me to be the only t-shirt vendor, and I was like, oh no, I gotta get my people in too from the lot. Yeah. So, we have people who do funky sunglasses, we have tie-dyes, we have the t-shirt vendors, but we also have people who come and do like woodwork, glass work, jewelry. We've got sunglass vendor coming in. I mean, it's just a varied kind of market of different creatives. And, and we try to pull in a couple local vendors as well. I mean, Asheville is easy because a lot of our vendors live in Asheville, but this one we're trying to support Asheville vendors and help them, have a good event to get back on their feet. For this one, we have Sons of Stars playing, and
oh yeah,
and Jason Crawford is also playing, and he is Home Team Sounds is just released his latest record, and so they're supporting us as well, having him play. And then we have like food trucks. It'll be at the Gray Eagles New Hatch Amphitheater.
Okay.
On Broad Street. I don't know if you've been there yet, but they've only had a few shows there. But it's going to be a good time. We got food trucks. We got a cannabis coming. But it just kind of varies by market because we usually just try to find like a brewery. Like right now we're working on Savannah since that was just announced. And we're, it's usually at a brewery, a big space that can have a lot of vendors come by. And we just get, we just make it a fun pre-party during the day. And people have taken to it really well because they enjoy like coming to hang out and they want something to do during the day.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Sons of Stars at all?
Oh yeah, they played our event last year.
Oh,
We
really?
had this event last year at the regular Gray Eagle. When the show got canceled, we ended up having the event anyway because so many people's plans couldn't be refunded.
Yeah, Alex Bazemore, he was the first guest on the podcast.
Oh,
And
nice.
he, I'm a big fan of those guys. See him every chance I can get. They're actually playing at my event this weekend, so I thought that was a cool little shot from you because I love those guys. They're crushing.
Where's your event?
It's at One World Brewing West.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
nice.
it's Candle Street Company, Sons of Stars, and then Pickety Split and Shed Bugs, which are like Shed Bugs is a local Asheville jam band, and then Pickety Split is like an up and coming bluegrass group from Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean it's fun to put on these little events. I mean,
Yeah.
I've always done it for my customers. That's why people were like couldn't believe I did it so fast when Bert died. I'm like, this is what I do for a living. I love doing events. I love putting them on for my clients, but I promote them as well. We were always promoting all of our vendors. It's just kind of fun. I did one for Fish this past weekend at a brewery here. We've done them for Goose. I've done it for Billy. It's just people are starting to enjoy going going to do something during the day, and it's not really interfering with the lot because they're usually over by like 4:00. We got back from the event and no one was at the lot, this past weekend, and then as soon as we started, getting it ready, well, there was rain again, but people were starting to come out, so it's just kind of like a good alternative thing to do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I'm super excited for mine. Nervous at the same time, but excited at the same time.
You always got to wonder if people are going to show up.
Yeah, I know. Like everyone waits to the last minute to buy tickets too, so I'm just looking at the ticket count and I'm like, fuck.
Oh, definitely for the tickets. Drifter Fest too.
Yeah.
It's like
That makes me
you
feel
freak
good.
out. Oh yeah, you freak out until the week of, and then it's like, come on, guys, why didn't you just buy your ticket? You knew you were coming.
Yeah, and it's like, I think too, a lot of people just see the event and they're like, oh, One World will take care. I'm like, it's just me doing this. It's not One World doing it. It's just me doing this. But it'll all work out. I'm really excited for it. So you've been around the lot since 1988, seeing widespread Fish. I know you got to have a couple funny lot stories for us.
Well, the funny thing is like I remember going to the lots and everything, but I mean, back in those days, I wasn't going to the lots. I didn't even think I knew there was a lot when I was first discovering the music. And it's kind of funny that you say that because, the first time we set up in the lot was St. Augustine. And it was like one of our first years open. It's kind of funny. The first year we were actually doing this, we went on a little. We were, like I said, living in Jackson Hole, and we came home for a week, and we went on a little music tour while we were in the South and seeing family, but also going to see music. And we had stuff with us, and we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna set up. And we literally got there, and we're like, okay, we're gonna go meet our friends for drinks and not set up. And then like after the show, we're like, okay, we're gonna pull everything out. And then our friends were like, come on, let's go, we're ready to go. Don't set up. And so we never set up, and then we ended up in St. Augustine, which has the best lot.
Yeah,
and
down.
It's real close. It's right by the box office. And we literally, we pulled out just a table behind our car, not a tent, not anything. We weren't even on the main row. And we weren't even set up very long. And we made $500, and we were like, okay, vending is awesome. Tomorrow night, we're going to put out our tent and do everything. And literally, we have not stopped since then when we put out our tent. It's just,
what year was that?
I think that was 2017.
So you were going to shows for almost 30 years and you didn't know there was a
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I did go to lots, but like I was more of a like go have drinks before the show than go to the lot. Now we would go through the lot, on the way in kind of thing. So no, I don't have huge stories. I mean, the best lot I can remember would be UNO, like in the 2000s. Like those were the kind of lots we would go to. But I mean, I feel like we always had transportation, and we were always on a bus or something, going to a show and getting there late. I mean, Red Rocks, same thing. Back in the day of Red Rocks, I mean, we used to take buses out there, and I swear they let people sell back then. Because I remember seeing all kinds of stuff out, not like they do now where they have cameras and they confiscate everything. But yeah, no, I was not a huge lot person. I mean,
Okay.
We would go
We'll believe you.
roll through there. I hate to say that.
It's funny you say that when you say UNO, you mean like the University of New Orleans lakefront?
Sorry,
Yeah,
lakefront.
So that lot is still awesome. I go there for Billy for New Year's.
For Billy, yeah.
And it's still super awesome lot over there. They let you. This last year, we got 2 3-day passes and a camping pass on lot, and it was like $500 for the whole weekend. So
I know. I mean, that camping is new, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they used to not let everybody stay out there.
Mm-hmm. And there's still a bunch of people that just sleep in their cars in the actual lot and not the camp area, which you're not going to really stop that, I guess. But
oh yeah, there's always going to be people that do that.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm too old for all that. I'll tell you the last time I went camping, the second Bonnaroo.
What was that, like 2005, 6? Something like that? Okay.
Yeah.
I got a nice Subaru Crosstrek, put the seats down, put a little mattress pad. I'm good to go back there.
Yeah. When you get older, you change a little bit.
I'm trying to keep that on hold as long as I can.
The first Bonnaroo, we took these RVs. It was awesome. The second Bonnaroo, we car camped, and it wasn't awesome. It was hot, rainy, storms.
Yeah, there's no shade there, I've heard, right? It's just like wide open.
Oh, yeah. And that was the last time I went to Bonnaroo.
Well, at least you didn't go this year and get canceled.
Oh, I know. I had some vendor friends who went and, talk about a disappointment. Wow.
At least they decided to full refund everybody, because if not, that would be pretty brutal for a lot of people.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I couldn't imagine packing up all my stuff for an event of that magnitude. Because that would be like 10 times just a show weekend, which is enough of a lot of work, to get kind of shut down like that.
Yeah, so I know we talked about Fish, we talked about Widespread, I see the Almond Bros, I see the Government Mule posters, but who, like the up-and-coming guys I feel like there's kind of a resurgence with jam bands lately, a lot of new bands coming out. Are any of these new bands kind of catching your ear, and like people that you're really into, like Daniel Donato, Dogs in a Pile, stuff like that?
Oh yeah, Daniel Donato is incredible. Yeah. We went for my birthday this year. He was in town, and it was just like, wow. I'd seen him before, but it was like he's progressed for sure since the last time I'd seen him. And I've seen Eggy a couple times lately. I feel like they're going to be kind of the next big jam band that kind of pops up. But I mean, I'm still pushing for those big something guys. I mean, they're jam band, but they got this electronica kind of going with it, and I've been seeing them for 10 years, and I still can't figure out why they haven't catapulted yet to the next level.
Have you heard of Disco?
Wait, who's that? Disco? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them.
I feel like they got that electronic funk. Their keyboard guy's really good. They're a fun show. I saw them probably last month or 2 months ago. Yeah,
they did the Night Zero Goosemas here. I didn't get to go because I was getting ready for Goosemas, but
yeah.
I heard great things.
Did you see Donato at that? What is it called? The Windjammer?
I did not. We were on vacation. But the Windjammer is awesome.
Yeah,
I've seen a bunch of bands there. Disco Biscuits was the last band I saw there, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I need to get out there for one of those shows. One of my best friends, Davey, he lives in Mount Pleasant. They got a house over there.
That's where I live.
Okay, yeah, and I went to the Widespread, and I got to go to the Poorhouse, but I still haven't been to the Windjammer, and I really want to go there.
Well, it's just really cool because they started out as a special event, like tent they put up for different shows, but now they keep it out and it's their summer series, and they have it out all summer, and they fit, like 500 people, and then they have like a deck above, the beach is kind of down there, and then the actual beach is behind the stage, so it's just like a really cool thing, and there's a good breeze always through there when it's so hot here, and it's just a cool place to see shows for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get out there again. I almost pulled the trigger last weekend for fish, but I was like, probably need to save the dollars.
What jam bands are you really into?
Billy
I mean, the
Strings.
up-and-comers.
Billy Strings is my number one, but I guess not an up and comer. Eggy and Donato are great. I really like Dogs in a Pile a lot. Their
I'm
guitars,
familiar with them. I just haven't seen them.
yeah, they're really good. Their guitar player Jimmy Law, I think, is like he's a really really good guitar player. And then I like Kindle Street Company a lot. They're not super like jammy, I would really say, but they're a really fun show to go to. Mountain Grass Unit, Shadowgrass. I like the jam grass stuff, so those guys are really piquing my interest lately. Especially Mountain Grass Unit, they're on fire.
Nice.
Yeah,
I always want to hear new stuff. Catching.
Yeah, who else? Let me think here. Trying to look at my posters up here. Off the top of my head, yeah, Dogs in a Pile is probably like I try to listen to every one of their shows on Nugs, and of course Billy. Those Mountain Grass Unit guys are on fire too. But that's probably
You
who
sound
I'm
like my
listening to.
boyfriend. He's all over Nugs and like
Yeah,
discovering the new music.
yeah. It's just like I don't even really use Spotify that much anymore. I'm just like, what's new on Nugs today? And there's always something. It's like just takes up 2.5 hours of my day. It's nice.
Very cool.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's all the questions that I have. I want you to plug the Drifter Fest dates real quick again, just for everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
Anything else that you want to plug before we wrap
I
up?
guess we didn't do that. I don't know when this podcast will come out, but we have a Moontown Market coming up at this Saturday of the Widespread Panic Show. I think it's the 26th. It's from 12 to 5 at the Hatch Amphitheater at the Gray Eagle. And then I think the next thing coming up is Drifter Fest, and that is September 5th through 7th in Charleston, and it is the weekend after Labor Day. Everyone thinks it's Labor Day, but it's the weekend after Labor Day. And we've got Machine Funk, Big Something, Junko Partner, and Robert Corbett, Kanika Moore playing that one. And all the information for that one is at drifterfest.com. Tickets are only $30. And you should go check all that out. Now, if you want to check out our merch, I can plug that too. It's driftermerch.com. Yeah, I need to send you some. And for having me on. And if you need custom merch for your business, band, or school, we're your source as well.
Well, hopefully I can come to Drifter Fest in September and get some merch in person.
And I'll put you on my list if you can make it up here.
Cool. We'll definitely be in touch then about that.
Well, Clint, thanks so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
You just got jammed.
And welcome back from that interview with Miss Lorrie. And now, everyone's favorite part of the week. Motherfucking Chloe's Corner.
I wonder how many people actually do like this part of the week. I want to poll up.
If you made it this far, send me a DM. Say, hey, I listen. Love you.
Oh, that'll make me feel nice.
Not that one motherfucker who rated it a 1 on Spotify. Whoever you are, I'm going to find you.
There is some little sourpuss out there. We will find you.
I like to think it's one of my friends. It's like, I'm just going to do it.
It's Connor. Connor's just like, he's got enough 5 stars. I'll give him a 1.
Yeah, my first not a 5-star review. I've been solid 5s for so long, and then someone
heard a single thing on a single podcast that they didn't agree with, and they were like,
1.
yeah.
Yeah,
like,
so I was 28 in the 5 stars, and I have 29 reviews and have 4.8. So everyone, go give me 5 stars. Go give me 5 stars and DM us that you love Chloe.
Oh. That's what
Pause
it's
the
all
episode
about.
and come back. Go do it. Pause. Okay. Thanks for doing that.
My first order of business is a personal update.
Okay.
My sunflower made 2 babies. I think I told everyone that. But the 2 babies now have heads. So it's definitely confirmed that they are sunflowers because I was just guessing at first.
But the mom died, right?
So I don't know if the mom is dead because I have her propped up on a stick.
She's in bad shape. She's not
All
thriving.
the petals are gone. The inside of her face is black.
Yeah.
I think she's dead, and I just have her propped up on a stick, which
She's
I bet
been
is
battered and bruised.
it's probably a pretty mortifying sight for the other plants I'm growing. Parsley, flourishing. Mint, keep pulling it.
Yeah, the men's ridiculous. You have not listened to the podcast yet. Like, you didn't hear that interview, right?
I have not yet.
So, just before we forget, let's review Drifter Fest real quick. I know everyone just listened to the interview, but her husband passed away. So she started this Drifter Fest in honor of her husband.
That's beautiful.
Her late husband. And this year, it's on Friday is Machine Funk, which is a tribute to Widespread at Home
Fun.
Team Barbecue
Hell yeah.
in downtown Charleston.
Great place.
And then the pre-jam after party. Oh, the band's TBA. And then Saturday is Big Something with Kanika Moore.
Ooh.
Yeah. And
That
then,
seems fun. Do we know a vibe? Is it like indoors, outdoors?
I'm
Where is it
not
held?
sure. It's at the Commodore, so downtown. Oh no, that's the after party. The Refinery.
The Refinery. Oh, that looks pretty.
Yeah. She was the lady who put on the
Oh, Watch House is going there.
She put on the event at New Realm for Widespread.
New Realm?
That's where we went and did the Lot podcast at Widespread at the New.
Oh,
Yeah, she was the one who like
oh.
set all that up.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
that was
yeah.
a good vibe.
So yeah,
That
I
was
think
very
we
nice.
should add that to the calendar.
Hell yeah. I'm so down for that.
September
In September.
5th and 6th.
And it's in Charleston.
Yep.
Davey, we got our eyes on you. We got a
Yeah.
new one for you, buddy. That's fun. That'll be really cool.
Yeah.
And
I
that
just
seems
wanted
like a
to
nice-
address that though with you because I know we hadn't talked about it yet, but here
Yeah.
we are. So
Nice. Hell yeah. Add it to the list. So the weekend has passed, GD60.
Mm-hmm.
From photos and stories from close friends of ours, seemed like a very beautiful event.
I
Seemed
mean, yeah,
very
they
cool.
could have had freaking anybody playing out there, and it would have been the vibes would have been fun.
Yeah, like Ali and AJ. They could have had Billie Eilish.
Ali and AJ doing dead covers would be fire.
I don't even know Ali and AJ's sound. Weren't they a show?
They were on like Disney Channel or something.
Is one of them a man?
Nope, 2 women.
Two
I think they're
women.
like twins or something.
Interesting. I thought there was a boy and he was blonde. Maybe his name was Ross. Maybe that's not Ali and
That's the
AJ.
Naked Brothers band.
No, those are brown-haired boys, and that's Nat and Alex.
I always forget that you're tapped in with NBB.
I was a big NBB fan, yeah, growing up.
So I've been working at this restaurant now for like about a month now, and we've listened to music every day, and like I just haven't been bold enough to change the music or like put it on when I get there because I'm usually one of the first ones there. And today this kid put on jazz right when we got there, and it went on for like 2 hours, and I like jazz.
Yeah.
But like when you're busy and jazz is playing, it kind of like
Is like overstimulated.
it was like a movie.
Bee.
It was like a movie.
It's like a
kind of.
bee buzzing around you.
So I was like, yo, we got to change the music. And typically we listen to one thing for 2 hours and then someone changes it. And I was like, we got to change it. And someone was like, all right, you change it, man. You never put it on.
Nice.
So I put on the Grateful Dead and
What'd
we
you-
left it on almost all day. At 2 o'clock, we started hearing repeats. And I was like, all right, guys, it's time to change it. And I put on Turnstile after that. So it was a good day
For
for me.
closing time,
It
you
was a
hit
good day
Turnstile?
for me for music in the restaurant
Did you
today.
play a show or did you go through like Spotify?
I just did Spotify and one song, I think it was, I can't remember what song it was right now, but it was a live version. It wasn't like a studio. And there was a Donna singing part. And I started doing the, and then some lady was kind of like singing along and she saw me do that. And she was like, yeah, let Donna sing. And I was like, fuck yeah.
A customer or
A customer,
somebody-
yeah, just
Hell
somebody
yeah.
waiting.
Hell yeah.
But everybody was like, they were kind of like, our manager today, he was like, I know who the Grateful Dead are and listened to like a few songs, but I've never like actually listened to them. He's like, I like this.
Yeah.
And this girl was like, who I would have never guessed she'd like the Grateful Dead, but she was like singing around Fire in the Mountain and like Shakedown Street. She was singing along and she was like, this is the most I've listened to the Grateful Dead and they're pretty good. But Scarlet Begonias came on and someone went, oh, this is a Sublime song.
That's insane.
I mean, so hopefully I converted a couple people at work today. Next time it's Billy Strings.
Yeah. Yeah. You just take them through the whole repertoire. I say when you introduce someone to Billy Strings, you just go start to finish, no stops.
I should just start putting on the podcast.
You should. You should. You should. For like the first 2 hours is podcast hours. You get 2 in.
When we're doing the prep and stuff.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I bet, like, because in the morning it's just the guys there. The girls aren't there yet, and the guys would probably be like, "Yeah, listen to
Guys
it."
probably would be into it, yeah.
But the girls are always like, there's one girl that always wants to put on like fucking Doja Cat or something, and she's the one who always changes the music.
Yeah.
And she wasn't there today.
Good. That's why
it
the
stayed,
kids can play.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Sorry for my tangent there.
Yeah, a little reroute, but it's still in the same topic.
You brought up GD60, so I started thinking Grateful Dead.
Yeah, that's how things go. We're rabbit trail people.
Speaking of GD60, I do like that Billy Strings stood on business. Still no Grateful Dead songs for his band.
I have heard, okay, the people that we know are big Grateful Dead fans. They loved the experience. They love Dead & Co. They love spreading the music. Boy, are there some haters. There are some big shit talkers at the moment on Reddit, as they do.
That's all the
Reddit
shit talkers
sucks.
do. Yeah.
I mean, I stay on it because it's fun to be nosy. But Reddit users do kind of suck. But I saw someone start to diss Billy Strings because they were like, "Oh, it's ridiculous. You're playing with these legends from the Grateful Dead, but you're just gonna pick." And everyone's like, "He's a picker."
That's what Billy Strings is. He did still play Wharf Rat with Dead & Co.
Yeah.
Like, for him, he wanted to play his own thing.
I saw his pants must have been too tight this day because he was just on a heater. Billy Strings wasted an opportunity he's never going to get again.
Did any of the openers play?
Grateful Dead. I feel like Sturgill may have. And then
I'm looking at it right here.
realistically, we should find a way to go back and rewatch these shows and then have our own in-depth discussion. But I did see that Trey was very involved the day he was playing and like played with the band quite a lot. And
well, all the openers played with. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So
yeah, they all
Sturgill
played
Simpson
with-
did not play.
No.
He teased China Cat Sunflower on
Fire
one of the
one.
songs,
I bet
but
that
he
was
didn't
cool.
play it. And then it was just the Trey Anastasio band, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, I doubt they. Yeah, he did a lot of. Okay, he did a Jerry Garcia cover.
That's fair.
But yeah, that was it. The rest of it was Fish songs, a couple of Trey songs.
But I mean, I guess we questioned that too at Dark Star Jubilee. We were like, no one's really playing the Dead. I guess that's just not really something you do when it's an event like that.
Yeah, I guess when you have one, like a Dark Star, there was like a Dead band. Like
Yeah.
that band was just going to play the Dead. So it's like, why play?
Why step on toes?
Yeah. So I get it.
I feel like we were at a show recently where it was like 2 or 3 bands played, and 2 bands played the same song. I was like, I guess that's why you don't.
Yeah, I wonder where that was.
I don't know.
Was it all jammed up?
I don't know.
Because
or maybe it
Higgity
was
Split played Ruben's Train sometimes. They played Ruben's Train and The Train That Carried My Girl, and Sons of Stars play it sometimes. And Sons of Stars weren't there yet, so they maybe.
that might have been it.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was it. Or I was also thinking it could have been Shedbugs played a song at All Jammed Up and at their after party, but I don't think
okay.
they did. I don't think I was paying that close of attention at the after
Yeah.
party to notice that. I did notice Meat Stick. We had fun with Meat Stick.
Banger.
On the topic of Billy Strings, King of the Hill.
Yeah, so is that like the theme song? Like, what is it? I keep seeing it
I
on Instagram.
think it's the closing credits. I
Okay.
started it yesterday, but I was at work, and it was like a recording of someone recording the TV.
Yeah.
So I, again, didn't pay too much attention. But I do think it's the closing credits, and he's picking on it, which is pretty sick. A nice little side quest for you.
Yeah, I've never really watched King of the Hill.
It was.
Bobby?
It was one of the only like adult cartoons other than The Simpsons that didn't like give me the heebie-jeebies.
What about Family Guy?
Family
Guy
Guy
is fucking
Family Guy I
hilarious.
would watch every once in a while. I'm funny with like violence, and for some reason cartoon violence like is
Does
not.
Family Guy have other than the chicken fight?
I
and
think
Peter
I
Griffin?
watched the episode where the dog died, and I think he gets hit by a car, and I think he was all like
Maybe.
mangled and everything, and The same thing happened to me with South Park. Oh, I see you scouting it out.
Yeah, it's
And
funny.
here you go, Brandon. I'm wearing my shirt. I did have to cut the neck off because it was ridiculous. Anyway, the same thing happened to me with South Park, where I was watching an episode, and it was like the older kids were ice skating against the kindergartners, and all the older kids just started jumping on the kindergartners in their ice skates. And I haven't watched any South Park since then.
We watched one with Trump the
We
other
did
day.
watch the one with Trump. That was
South
the
Park's
one we
great.
saw. South Park is wild. But yeah,
Did
it's
you
kind of
see
funny about
that, like,
cartoon violence.
when that first so like a year ago, one of the Trump sons, the oldest one, the one who's like involved. What's his name? Eric maybe? Eric Trump? I don't know. But
I
there's
have no clue. One of them.
now I gotta look it up.
One of the Trump boys. I did see that after that episode was released, South Park's viewer.
Oh, Donald Trump Jr.
Duh.
How did I not know
How
that?
did we not guess?
So he was like telling, like a year ago, he was like, South Park's always right. South Park never misses. And then they did that episode,
Yeah.
and they were like, South Park hasn't been relevant in 15 years. South Park's a dud, blah, blah, blah. And then a couple days ago, they did a episode about like ice.
Mm-hmm. I did see photos of that.
And then the White House tweeted like a screenshot about the ice thing, and we're like, yeah, go ice. And then the creators of South Park were like, so now all of a sudden we're relevant again?
Yeah, how are you going so back and forth? Oh, that's so annoying. I did
funny.
see that after they released that Trump episode, though. I think it was like their views on that went up 253%.
Yeah, I mean, we watched it. I didn't
Yeah.
watch South Park. I don't watch South Park really unless it was on, but I
Yeah,
was like,
we
I'll watch that one.
went out of our way to find it. Yeah. Boys of South Park, you're having fun. Keep
Yeah.
having fun.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys, and the South Park boys are. I do want to shout out Jed Harrelson just for our Tampa. I want to get it in there early for the Tampa people that stay listening. On the 9th, which is
Saturday?
this Saturday, Jed Harrelson is playing in Tampa. I don't have the venue written down because
I think it's New World Brewing.
New World, that's
Yeah.
definitely it. Yeah, go check him out. I'm going to make my little brother go as well, but how fun.
He's great.
It's so good. I do wish he would come around Asheville more.
I know, right?
He's not even touching us. Now let's talk about our friends. Let's start with Kid Blast.
Kid Blast.
So, Alex Bazemore, our dear friend, has a new project, Kid Blast and the Blasters.
It's just B50 Fish.
It's the whole band of Fee Fi Fo Fish, but they don't play fish.
They did play Fish.
You said 2 songs, right?
At least.
It's
Well,
better.
they played Bathtub Gin, and that was when I was before I left, and then I think they played 2 in the second set because I left. They got a little late for me, so I left.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, they were really sick. It was cool because I was like behind these like 2 older guys that like it seemed like they had maybe just stumbled into the bar. They're like, "Oh, free show, let's go check it out."
Yeah.
And they were just like blown away. They were like, "This guy's so good. This guy's so good." But meanwhile, Hannah Ramsey was on fire that night too.
Yeah, I was seeing videos. She definitely had a night.
I think she likes to get a little like
Funky, a little
yeah.
experimental.
Yeah, and she was trying different shit, and I mean, so was Alex. They were really, really good. The bass player's sick. He plays a 6-string bass, which is crazy.
Yeah, when we started watching it on the TV. Shout out, I am Asheville, I am AVL. We started watching it, and yeah, I was like, why does the neck of his bass seem so large?
And
And
he
then you
plays
ended
it.
up leaving and going.
He doesn't just play it like this, like up here. He gets like really close sometimes too, which
I don't know. I don't think that makes a difference.
I
don't
it
think
looked
it,
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think like sound wise it makes a difference, but it probably does. I don't know if it may be like, I don't know. My mom said she's gonna bring my bass up shortly
Nice.
within the next month. So guys, maybe I'll become musical too.
Speaking of friends, my boy Kevin just released an album on Spotify.
Yeah, we have a lot of friends to shout out this go around.
I want to say the album's called Thoughts by 30,
I think that's right.
but I'll share it on my story. I'll share it on my story on Instagram
Yeah.
when this is out. So go check it out. That's the homie.
A little passion project, his first
Yeah.
little couple of releases. You said he put the whole album out now?
I think it's 6 or 7 songs, and I mean that song Downtown is great. I love
It's
that
as
song.
catchy as anything.
It's awesome.
I have been singing it the whole time. It's in my head right now.
It's a free day Friday or random Sunday show.
And then our other friends, they put this out in January, but we're just now learning
Getting
about
into it, yeah.
Reflective Habitat. Our friends Bradley and Craig. It is a kind of like, I don't
like
know whether
old
I can
school
call
rap
it old
kind?
school. Yeah.
It's not old school, but it's like
It feels Mac Miller-y, like,
Mac Miller.
I think so.
Yeah.
That one we just listened to gave very much Mac Miller.
I think it's like Tribe Called Quest, like old rap.
I don't know that.
Oh.
My knowledge on that genre is super, super limited.
It's fun though. Check them out too. Reflective Habitat, right?
Yeah, Reflective
check them out.
Habitat. They have a whole album out. We will also listen through it, but it is fun. We obviously follow him on Instagram, and it's just fun to see them do their nice little outdoor gigs and have fun messing around on the turntables. Turntables are sick.
Yeah, it's cool too.
People
'cause
need to
it's-
bring that back.
It's something different, you know? Like
Yeah.
everyone, there's a bunch of musicians in Nashville, and everyone's playing the Grateful Dead or playing bluegrass, which is great. I love, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see like someone like doing their own thing totally different. So shout out those dudes.
Because I mean, this area is, you have your bluegrass and you have your Grateful Dead and like your Fish fans, you have your jazz influences.
Mm-hmm.
He is the first person that I've met that is going a completely different direction with
Yeah.
the music he wants to make.
Maybe
And
I should interview those dudes. That might be
I
a fun
think that
one.
would be really nice,
Yeah.
and I just think they're both very nice men.
They are. They're
Very
they're
nice
cool
people.
dudes.
So, and then, yeah. So check them out. There's 2 out of 2 recommendations so far. Oh, no, go.
You know, people keep asking me, they're like, what show are you most excited for? And I feel like for the first time in a little while, we don't have any plans to go anywhere until Billy Strings and Halloween in like October, right?
Yeah. We don't have anything big.
I mean, there's
coming up.
Magoo and Disco and Frasco coming in town soon.
Yeah.
But like us going
camp.
anywhere, we don't have to go anywhere till then.
Yeah, we don't leave. We don't, unless we find something, but our little October run is going to be really fun.
Billy Strings, Bucks game, Halloween. That's fire.
Yeah, Bucks game in our favorite city.
Yeah.
A little New Orleans Saints vs. Bucks game.
And it'll be a new NFL stadium too for me.
There you go. Is that a goal, to check them all off, or check most of them at least?
I mean, that would be cool. It's pretty difficult, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I mean, I don't really ever want to go to, like,
There's some,
a
yeah.
Seahawks game.
Or
unless
like the
Bucks are-
Browns.
yeah,
Yeah.
unless the Bucks are playing them. But, like, what am I going to go to? I guess, like, I mean, if I was in Cleveland and there was a Browns game, it didn't really matter who they were playing, I guess.
Yeah, if you're in Cleveland, what else is there to do? Other
Maybe
than
if I
go to
get that,
football?
if I get that new job where I'm traveling more, I can fly in early on Sundays and then I could do that.
You
It's not a
could.
bad idea, yeah.
That'd be pretty cool to wrap your entire work schedule just around the NFL schedule.
Could do.
Get all your traveling done in that season.
Could
and then the other half of the year. Clint has been counting down. Every time a Sunday hits, he's like, 5 more weeks, 4 more weeks.
It'll be 4 with Sunday.
Yes, it will be.
And as of
Trust
right
me, I
now,
know.
it's four weeks till kickoff.
Ooh.
Eagles Cowboys.
On a Wednesday?
Or today's Wednesday, so as this is coming out, Thursday.
Oh, Thursday,
It'll
okay.
be 4 weeks, yeah. 'Cause the first game's Thursday.
You're so excited, too.
I am very excited. There's also it's either Friday or Saturday game this year, which they never do that. This is a new one.
Yeah?
I don't know why.
Wait, but you said Friday or Saturday. Which one
Yeah,
is it?
I don't remember if it's Friday or Saturday. It's one of the two. They usually just do Thursday and then everyone's Sunday. But this year they're doing Thursday, Fridays, or Saturday. I don't know which one.
Oh.
And that one's Chiefs and
Wait, so that's going to happen every week?
mm-mm.
Okay, I was going to say there's going to be
Two.
more days. Listen, I get into the football season. I participate. I have your baseline general knowledge. Clint gets very into football
like
season.
football.
Clint and I enjoy football in 2 very different ways.
Well, don't worry, I'm gonna buy a Sunday ticket this year so we can watch every single game.
No, I do love our football seasons. I think that's fun. I think we're either watching games out, we're at a game, or we're on our living room floor with 2 TVs.
You are very accepting, I guess, until it's like a Thursday night. And you're like, oh, I thought we had to wait till Sunday. You know, Sunday and Monday, but you forget about the Thursdays. And then
yeah.
Thursday night, I put it on. You're like, oh, come on.
Yeah. Well, so Mondays are gonna. Now I'm gonna get all screwed up. What's gonna happen with Kill Tony nights?
We just watch it on Tuesday.
We're gonna have to move Kill Tony nights to Fridays.
No, we just do Kill Tony Tuesday, then we can skip all the commercials.
I do prefer skipping all the commercials, and there's quite a lot of comedians I don't like watching on Kill Tony.
Why is that?
They're annoying. There are a couple on there that don't deserve to be on there, and they're annoying.
I think he's given some good gold tickets out recently.
Recently, I do think he kind of went off on that one lady when she was like, oh, I just thought I'd come up and do it. And he was like, so you took an opportunity for someone else for games. I feel like since then, the bucket pulls have been
I think they're better. I read on Reddit too, they're like vetting them a little more too.
Good.
Like, how long have you been doing stand-up and where out of?
I did hear that, yeah. And,
but I mean, you could just lie. I could say 4 years out of fucking New York City.
Yeah. That pizza guy annoyed me. His jokes were funny, but now everyone's going to come in and try to do a character because of Timmy No Breaks.
Yeah.
Speaking of characters, I have very exciting news, and this is going to be news to you as well, and it's not going to be exciting for you. This is news for the girls.
Oh.
I have news for the girls. Miley Cyrus has reclaimed the rights to Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana's 20-year anniversary is in March 2026. And Miley Cyrus has promised a big surprise to all the Hannah Montana fans.
Ooh. Should we wrap it up right there? Leave people hanging?
Well, yeah, that's all that's come out. That's all they're saying.
Mark your calendars, folks.
Mark your calendars. March 26th. It's Hannah's month.
Hannah's month.
Miss Montana is coming back.
Well, it's actually March Madness, so.
See? No. You can have football, you can have soccer, you can have golf. Can't be doing all that.
That's the only basketball I watch, though. But I think I'm going to be in Colorado for a week of that, so.
In Colorado?
Bachelor party.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, there you go. You can get your basketball in there.
All right, you ready to wrap up?
I'm ready to wrap up, baby.
All righty, guys. Have a great weekend. We will see you Monday with another local Asheville musician. And, yeah, have a great weekend. We'll see you guys Monday. And remember, wherever you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be.
Come along, have a drink with me. We can talk about the world and how the world is turned so slow. Day and night I found cars they drive and planes they fly. I look into the sun and the sky, you're so bright. It's you that I have found. Oh, and I know there's not much longer now. Or if the world would just slow down. The stars, they sail across the sky, and I could watch you dance all through the night. When the rhythm is right, oh, and I know the sun is rising now. Or if the world would just slow down. So you move with me and I'll move with you, and I could spend the rest of my life by your side. It's you that I have found. Oh, and I know not much longer now. Or if the world would just slow down. much longer now, or if the world would just slow down.